Hey, it's Jerry O'Connell. The guy actually thinks when I sang I Think I Love You in Scream 2, it was meant for him.
Do you really love me? 'Cause I think I love you.
It's Eric Nagel.
Segment 2 of the show. Eric Jordan here with you. Television, movie, streaming updates, all the news that fit to print. And as always, as we start segment 2, we talk about the things that we are involved in, what we're watching, what we're listening to, maybe some of the things that we're playing. Jordan, tell us what you're up to.
I've been playing the Call of Duty Black Ops 7 beta. It's just more Black Ops. It's more Call of Duty. I saw that Anthony has also been playing. I mean, we both have the same opinion. It feels like it's just DLC for, I mean, at least the multiplayer feels like more like just DLC to the Black Ops 6. Same stuff. It's not great, but it's frantic. It's very frenetic. Everyone's moving like crazy. There's just all kind. I might play. I mean, it's gonna be on Game Pass. I'm gonna play it for the story. I don't know if I'm gonna get involved in the multiplayer with this. I'm looking forward to Battlefield. However, I saw early reviews are coming out and they're saying it's not great, which kind of bums me out as far as story goes. Mm-hmm. But I like the multiplayer on that much better. So I'm going to go over to that. So I've been playing that. Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 7, the one that came out last week.
Doing it. Oh, no. Tonight's what?
Tonight's Episode 8. Season finale is tonight. But I watched Episode 7. It took 7 episodes for me to care about this show. The first 6 episodes I was Episode 7 was fantastic. Like, was really, really good.
When you said that, I said, I have the same exact feelings about this. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing though. I wanted to care about this. And every time it's like, it took 40 something minutes to get 1 minute of the story inching forward. Mm-hmm. And then next episode, all this nothing until the end where 2 inches now move forward. It's like like in football where they're constantly running into the defense just to get another yard over the, to maybe get over the line of scrimmage. That's what it felt like. It's like, come on, get on, just huck the pass and hopefully somebody catches it. Let's get this fucking game moving. It took, to this thing here, but maybe I'm dumb. I'm a dumb guy.
Turn it off.
Isolate that. Everybody online kept saying, it's like, it's like, notice they've been saying this for weeks, not just because of the reveal. Mm-hmm. Notice there's no minorities in there. There's no people other than white people. I didn't think about that until people online were saying this. And then I'm looking around, I go, oh, okay, that is the thing. If I hadn't seen that online, it never would have occurred to me that this was an issue because I wasn't looking for that. And I didn't know the story was hinting at that. So I went back and looked at a couple of those scenes. I go, I don't even think those scenes are hinting at this.
They're not. I kind of had an inkling because it was this idyllic version of he's got his family and stuff like that. And knowing how shitty his dad was in his universe, I had a feeling that maybe is what happened in this side of things. And that's why the brother's still alive and Chris in that version is still alive and the dad's still alive. And they're all these, superpower. I'm sitting there like, maybe this is like a really fucked up version of, the white pride, white power kind of version of the universe.
I'm going to plead dumb on this or arrogant. No, not arrogant, ignorant on this, where it's like, up until I started seeing people say that online, it didn't occur to me. And then I was reading other comments. Well, only white people, of course, didn't notice that.
Who
thing.
cares? Stop.
Yeah, fuck off. That wasn't the thing. I wasn't looking for that. I'm sitting there thinking, oh, the family is still a problem because we knew the dad in the first season.
Right. I'm
thinking it's them, not the entire world. Right. Then people were online talking about this. I went back and looked at those segments and I went, okay, yeah, I don't notice this thing here. One of the things also I saw too was like, well, obviously, the one thing they did right that the terrorists weren't minorities. I went, okay, so terrorists are only white people now in the real world. Again, it's the internet. You got to take it with a grain of salt, if at all, if you believe any of the shit that's out there. Like the only thing that was accurate is that there weren't. It was all white people as the terrorists, and you're like, what world are you living in with this shit? Right? This is what you're looking for out of the entertainment of a superhero thing.
Well, people tend to do this thing where like those old, like ADT commercials where, someone's breaking into the house. It was a black guy. You see all these terrorist cells are usually Arabs now. Like we went from Russians in the 80s to now they're Iranian or Arab or something like that. And they're all dark skinned. So the bad guys are dark skinned. The good guys are the white guys. So I think their take was, at least in this all white idyllic version of, the universe, that even the terrorists were white and they didn't have they're rebelling,
not knowing that what this world was.
Right.
I'm like, that's what you're complaining about. All right, fine, whatever. And the way that they were portrayed in episode 4, where it was like, you didn't know they were a freedom fighting group, They were supposed to be their Antifa or something like that. Right. You didn't know that. You just saw them breaking into a building with these explosives. It looked like they were trying to, fuck the system and steal money from the government banking or whatever that building was. That's what it seemed like. And then later on, they're like, oh, no, they're really the good guys.
Well, and I sat there and I thought that originally when they first came on and we saw that as like how quickly he was. Like everyone was like, "Oh, we got to stand down. They're going to blow up something." And he went in and beat some ass and did all this shit. And I'm sitting there from a story perspective. Wouldn't it be funny if in this universe, him doing that was actually the wrong move? Like he thought he was being a hero, and like by doing so, he's actually not a hero. He's a bad guy. And when you find out why things are the way they are, it's kind of how that was. Like he was being kind of a dick.
Did you see the twist with the father coming at all?
No,
I didn't either.
No, and I thought that was played perfectly, and also really fucked up.
And then the bait and switch with his masked friend.
Yeah, Vigilante. Yeah. Now I don't know. A lot of people online are going, "Well, I think the wrong Vigilante went through the door." I don't think so. I think that's just too much. But who knows? Like maybe that's a reason
why.
We'll
find out after the show. We'll find out, and we'll know.
Yeah, I'll watch that one. I feel like they shortened a lot of the episodes. A lot of the episodes were only like 30 minutes, 35 minutes. This one is supposed to be an hour tonight.
Well, when they're not on cable channels or television,
just go all over the place.
They don't need to have a clock for commercials and stuff like that, so they can go as long or as short as they want. But I do think sometimes it's like, well, we're not stuck to a half hour or an hour, structure. They shortchange it all the time, and it's like, oh, we don't need to do as much. I understand sometimes you got to do too much because of filler, because you got to fit in the exact time. But then the opposite does happen when you don't have the structure that you need for a half hour kind of thing. They can go, well, we can make it 37 minutes and be that's fine.
And that's fine, but what I don't like is the inconsistency between episodes. Like if you're going to have an hour-long episode and you set that precedent, do an hour-long episode every episode. So I feel like I'm getting the time worth. Like a lot of the time, they did this with The Mandalorian, they did this with this show, they do it with a lot of these online shows, is that because they don't have that constraint, they fear, okay, I've told enough story here, I can shortchange this episode just to get you to the next episode. So like you're waiting a week and you're sitting there going, that went by really fast and nothing happened. This was a waste of my time. I want, if you're going to set a structure, set a structure. It's the inconsistency of this one's 35 minutes. This one was an hour. This one's 40 minutes. This one's 25 minutes and whatever. And that includes that stupid dance sequence at the beginning and then the credits at the end. Then I'm like, what am I like? I don't care. Then at this point, just put it all at once. Let me binge through it. And I feel like it's worth it. So, but this 7th episode was really, really good. I'm kind of interested. I'm hoping they stick the landing, as it were, with this last episode. But we'll see.
I don't have high hopes for it at all. A lot of the DC stuff, I'm kind of.
It's kind of
I had high hopes for. I mean, I'm not a Superman fan. I've always found him boring, no matter what version you make of him. Peacemaker, I kind of thought, I was like, all right, if this could be something good. They're keeping some continuity, and it's. I'll watch it. Because eventually Batman's going to show up at something, and probably Batman will be good. Who knows? But
he'll be gay and there'll be a chick.
I have no enthusiasm for where this is going. At least right now, I don't.
Yeah, we'll see.
Did you see the topless ads that they put out online for Supergirl?
Is that were those legit ads for Supergirl?
It was some kind of leak thing.
Someone did. I saw them.
Yeah.
I didn't know those were official.
From what I understand, it is, but there's no like. It's got the logo. It's got her standing there, but
and she's wearing the underwear, and she's back turned to the camera, so you see her bare back. She's like completely topless.
Yeah.
I don't. That's weird. I mean, it's not a bad ad. I'm just saying, I didn't know if it was official. Well, that's interesting.
I don't know where I saw it, if it was Screen Rant or one of the sites that had it. But
speaking of low expectations, but actually being kind of surprised, I started watching The Paper, that Office spinoff.
Right.
I'm about 4 episodes in. I don't hate it. I don't think it captures the same magic as
no drive
on for The Office.
Yeah,
but it does it ties it all in a little bit. It makes you realize
you're just watching it because of Star Wars. Domhnall Gleeson is the lead in there.
No, God, no. If anything, he was great in. Yeah, no, okay. But it's interesting. It's there to watch. I mean, I don't know if like I would have been like, oh, I have to watch the show, but like I just throwing something on to kill time, and I found myself kind of enjoying it. I wouldn't say it's like the best show in the world, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going.
I want to watch that dumb show about them working in like Costco.
Oh, Superstore or whatever.
Superstore.
Yeah, I heard that was okay.
It doesn't look that appealing, but for some reason I want to see that. I'll get to it at some point, but
honestly, Bagsley sums it up for me perfectly. It has some of the slower feel of the original British Office. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. It feels like a slower paced show. And, it feels like this is a season completely of season 1 of The Office. Okay. Season 1 of The Office was slow. It was like, it didn't pick up any pace until season 2 and beyond. This kind of feels that same way.
All right. Get to what everyone's here for. You saw Tron Ares.
Did I? I thought we already talked about it.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Can you imagine? So, yes, last night I went to an IMAX.
Whoops, sorry. I meant to hit the closer. I hit the break. Go ahead.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Yes, I went last night to a screening of Tron Ares, IMAX, 3D, big screen, all that fun stuff. I hadn't been to an IMAX movie in a long time, so it was nice to see that. The sound.
Do you find IMAX to be worth the money?
I mean, screens are getting so big nowadays where it's like, I mean, I don't really care. Like, it has to be something like a spectacle movie. Like this for me is a spectacle movie. It's something big, it's grand, it's got big set pieces. You want to be able to see it. I'm not going to go to IMAX to go watch, like a Disney movie or something like that. Like it's got to be something worth my time. The
last IMAX movie I've seen was remember there was a movie I went to go see and they only had they didn't have IMAX. They had
that laser eye surgery one.
But the shitty old stadium seating. So it's like it's supposed to look great, but like the seating's uncomfortable and terrible.
I gotta say that was the worst part of my experience last night.
It
had the stadium seating.
John Wick 4. That's the one.
Okay.
I got stuck with the laser thing. But before that, that I intentionally went to an IMAX theater, I think was the last Harry Potter movie because the IMAX screen is like 80 something. I forget what the ratio is, right? So like the first segment or before the credits or the opening title sequence and everything of the Harry Potter movie was in the big thing. And then the rest of the movie shrinks back down to HD. It's like, what did I pay for? Why did I pay for this to come see this experience? And it's like, only the first 10 minutes is in this thing. And then the rest comes down to here.
Shrink it down.
Yeah. There's no point to it.
The one thing right off the bat, I am going to say is that if you want to go see this movie, don't listen to any of the critics. And I've told a couple of people this.
Don't
the
listen
critics,
to me.
Don't even listen to me, but the critics are
completely
wrong about this movie. Like a lot of people are saying it's not that great. If you go on Rotten Tomatoes, the score is pretty low. I mean, it's not in the 30s or anything, but it's like, just above 50%.
Well, hold on, because I saw Rotten Tomatoes certified Peacemaker season 2 at 98% fresh,
which is part of why I have to say, do not listen to critics on this movie.
Exactly.
This was a completely enjoyable, fun, amazing experience. Like it's Tron Legacy level fun. You don't get the same soundtrack. Like it's completely different feel.
I'm giving you backup. Go ahead.
So it's the story is basic. It's not like, it's not gonna blow your skirt up. It ties it to
that was the whole point of going to see the movie. I wanted my skirt
blown up. You have to go to that 4DX where they do all the water and the air and shit.
Yeah, all it is you got big giant headphones on and it walks up with a leaf blower like that and then sprays water in your face for the water sequence.
Visually it's a beautiful movie. It's really cool. Like, it's bright, it's shiny, it's exactly what it wants to be. It's almost like they said, okay, Tron Legacy is a movie told from the perspective of the grid and the good guys and stuff like that. This is like the opposite movie where it's told kind of where the bad guys kind of start the story and then you kind of get into everything. And Ares starts off as a bad guy. He's a security program. He's the new master control of the Dillinger grid, And so it plays off of that. It does a lot of fan service for some of the older stuff. It ties into Legacy, not as a direct, this is a continuation of Legacy, but it ties it in enough where it's like, make another movie and then they merge. Like, it'd be perfect. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed this. Like, I really, really, really enjoyed this. And I had such a fun time watching it in a way that I didn't think I was going to, because I was really kind of on the fence of Jared Leto. He was great. He was fine. He's just greasy-haired Jared Leto playing it straight, not really emotional. There are some kind of comedic moments where they're just like subtle lines that make you go, okay, I see what you did there. But like, it's not like a comedy. It's not supposed to be like laugh out loud funny. There's some moments that are funny. The action is good.
Chris is in the chat real quick. He says Ares is the AI Norton antivirus. Is Ares constantly trying to upsell you to keep all your information off the dark web? Because
halfway through the movie, I had to subscribe. Yeah,
like, oh, these damn pop-ups! I paid for this software. Stop trying to upsell me at every turn. Go ahead.
There was one point in the movie where I thought the graphics, like the CGI, was kind of gross, and it's so brief. You'll notice it pretty quick, and then the rest of it's actually really, really good.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think it's maybe just the angle. Like, it's not ruining anything.
Wouldn't it be great if they forgot?
They just forgot to animate it.
They forgot to fully render that portion of the movie.
It's a part where like something happens, they go underwater and they come up out of the water. They just come straight up. But it's one of those top-down camera shots. So it's you're coming up and you got Ares' face is coming toward camera. It just looked bad. Like, just something about it looked really bad. Everything else was great.
Top down, seat back, rolling in your Cadillac.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, it was. I liked when Tron looked at the camera and says, "It's Tron Aries time," and sped off on his light cycle. That actually happened about 30 minutes into the movie, and it was fantastic.
It's like he said the name of the movie in the movie.
Why did he say Morbin time? It's not even the right franchise. I highly recommend going to see this in the theater. This is a
Imagine
theater movie.
It's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time.
It's like, why does he keep leaking his past failed movies into every project?
Every time he got into the light cycle, he just yelled, "It's Morbin time."
Why is he wearing the Mad Hatter hat? What is going on here?
Yeah. But no, they tied it in pretty well to the OG movie and the Tron Legacy. I liked the 3D stuff was pretty cool. It's not a thing that you need to have done. If you're going to go see it in 3D, it's not going to ruin anything, but I thought it was fun. The story, like I said, the story is a little bare bones, but it doesn't have to be something great. Like, it doesn't have to like change your life or anything.
That's
it's just
the
a
biggest
fun
criticism
movie.
I was reading online. They're saying the story's terrible. The visuals are nice. The story is terrible.
I don't even think the story's terrible. I just think they wanted something more.
Did. They said that.
They all fucking suck. I think the way they brought Jeff Bridges into this was good. I think they underutilized Gillian Anderson. Mm-hmm. Like, she was in it, but like, I think you could have done more with her. But I really did enjoy this. Like, I think I'm gonna go again. I think I'm gonna take the kids.
Did the movie really open like this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
Somebody posted it online and everybody thought it was bullshit. And I was like, I took the photo. I meant to ask you earlier. Was this the opening thing when they showed the Disney logo?
Yep. They had the music going. They had all
it
the
looks
red
like you're in
lights
hell and you went to Satan's castle. Doesn't it?
Yeah, it's when you got to pay those prices now. But yeah, no, I had no issues with this movie. I thought it was fun and worth my time. And I think it's worth anybody's time to go see this in the theater. This is a theater movie for sure.
All right. Well, I'll be watching it whenever it eventually shows up on Disney Plus, which will probably be by Thanksgiving. So then I will enjoy the movie and let you know how I feel at that time.
Well, and it's like there's things about it. It's like I really liked how they set the Jared Leto's character Ares. He has like a triangle version of the data disk. There's a reason for it, and just a lot of it works in a way that I was very happy with. It's just a fun, like it almost feels like it should be a summer movie. Like it's just a fun, just a little action movie.
There are no fun summer movies.
Not anymore.
It's just throw it out there. As soon as it's done, get it out there. We need to make every dollar as fast as we can.
Yeah.
Intersect in the chat saying about that the water sequence, the top down thing you were talking about. Yeah. The sequence was the 3D moment, like those old 3D movies where the shark comes out at the audience.
Yeah. It felt like that. Yeah.
Backley saying Jeff Bridges was looking for a rug that tied the light cycle together.
Oh, so good.
Our pal Chris is saying, I have a feeling Disney may make a Tron water park now.
Yeah, that was a interesting sequence. It was fun. Like there was some cool stuff that happened in it. Like there was things that they did in this movie
sorry, I didn't mean to step on you.
The
Tron racetrack. Make a Tron racetrack.
Well, they have the Tron light cycle at Disney World in Florida, and then they have it in Shanghai Disney in China. They rethemed it with the Nine Inch Nails soundtrack. And then they changed the lighting to red to match the aesthetic. So they have been able to do it and make it work.
It would be cool if they gave the option to pick the color of your bike. Not like the bikes have presets. I mean, like this bike's red, this one's this one. But if you could get in there and go, like kind of like the lightsabers, what color bike do you want to have? I want the orange one. They change it to orange, and then you race the track that way. That would be kind of fun.
I will say for anyone who is going to go see it and hasn't seen it yet, obviously it's out today. It's going to be out, this weekend. There is a mid-credit scene. It's about 4 or 5 minutes in, and then that's it. So there's no after credits. Don't worry about
in the middle of the movie, out of nowhere. They just
do it.
They did a jump edit, and it's like, here's a teaser, and then back to the movie.
Right. So yeah, and Intersect saying the teaser sequence was good. It was, and it hints at something even cooler if they make their money, which is why I really want people to see this, because I think they could do another movie and it would be fun. It would be really fun.
All right.
Enjoyed it. I really did. Like I was really skeptical, especially with Jared Leto being in this and being a part of it, and just all the stuff that he drags in with him. He did well. Like he did well at this
baggage, the overacting, the emotional
accusations. Well, there's no emotion for him in this
50-year-old. Yeah.
But it was cool. A lot of fun stuff.
I think I'd like it better if it was Jay Leno. Tron instead of Jared.
Hey, just me and Mavis driving around a light cycle.
Just a big chin hanging under the mask.
I was hanging with Mavis.
I don't think I really did a whole lot. I did a few other shows. I was on Who Are These Podcasts, Garrett and Steve. There was another one. I apologize. Who else I popped on? I don't remember. So you can find those things all online. I watched Peacemaker episode 7 like you did. I didn't watch any movie stuff. Yeah, I don't think I was doing a lot of editing stuff. I was catching up on Sea of Thieves. This season has been terrible. And it's not from like, sometimes they have a season where it's like, oh, this is more for the PvP players.
Yeah.
So you may not like, I'm more of a PvE player. So you're like, all right, it's more fighting and all that stuff with really no point other than fighting other ships. And I know people love that stuff. Sometimes they have seasons that are more PvE, and the PvP people are upset. It's like, I don't want to go on the island and look for, it's a pirate game, and these people don't want to go on the island and look for treasure and solve mysteries and shit.
Yeah.
It's baffling. This season, it's called the Smuggler's Run. And you find smugglers hidden at certain islands, and they give you, merchandise, a cargo, if you will, to smuggle to other merchants. I don't know who's enjoying this, because the PvE people find this boring and repetitive and done pretty fast. And the PvP people don't like it because there's nobody on the seas most of the time. You go into a server, we sailed around for like an hour or so, and there was nobody. Nobody. Like, there's no one around. And I think with this Game Pass thing is going to be even worse because most people were playing Sea of Thieves through Game Pass. I know it's on Steam.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
It went to PlayStation too, but it's not on their Game Pass. You had to buy it.
Right. I don't see, or at least I'm not aware of many PlayStation people playing it. They might be on there. I haven't run across them because usually they have a different symbol on them that they're playing on PlayStation. I haven't seen that. And I don't know if Switch has it too. When they had that Xbox crossover, I'm not.
No, Switch never got it.
But I don't know. This season's it's going to be done in a few weeks, and another season's coming. But I don't know who this season was for. It's kind of boring.
Yeah.
And you got it done pretty fast. And then once everybody got it done, they were back off the game doing other things. So that it's kind of empty. So now's a great time. If you're looking to get accommodations or level up without people fucking with you, now's the time because nobody's on the game. Hop on there and do all of that stuff. Phasmophobia's new Halloween season just started today as we do the show. The Blood Moon thing.
Bad Moon Rising.
Yeah. Is that what it's called? Bad Moon Rising?
It's the Blood Moon makeover.
Yeah.
Crimson Eye Halloween 2025 event.
So that's going from now until Halloween. So you level up, you get your trophy, all of that stuff. So I'll be playing that for a while. We talked earlier in the show about some of the new games that we got. I still have the Stanley Parable.
It's a good one. You should play that.
I have it. I keep forgetting to play it. So I'm going to sit there and do that. I've just been either doing work or games. Haven't watched a whole lot lately. I still got to watch Gen V. There's a new season of Gen V.
Oh, me too.
That I forgot about. So I got to watch that.
You know what I never finished either?
What?
Twisted Metal season 2.
I never watched season 2.
Yeah, I got to finish that one up.
All right, let me write that.
I know.
Twisted Metal 2, Gen V. I also forgot to watch Alice in Borderlands season 3.
Well, that just started. Jared the Geek's acting. Did you ever finish Andor?
No. Yes,
God
I did.
damn.
I did. I did.
I was about to get mad at you.
Remember, it was weeks after it was done. I said I finally remembered to finish Andor.
That's so funny.
And remember, Wookiees don't live on Andor. So,
what's out now, Eric?
Out now? Well, apparently Tron is the only thing out. That and Taylor Swift's album are the only two things people are talking about that are out right now. The Roofman movie is out. I want to see that. And it stars Channing Tatum as this guy that was, it's based on a real story, who was hiding out in a Toys R Us at night and then robbing places.
Robbing McDonald's. Not even just places. It was McDonald's.
Only McDonald's?
Only McDonald's. He robbed like 13 of them.
At least he was well fed, and then jumping into the ball pit, having a great time, riding bikes up and down the aisles. He had to follow the rules because he can't get out before 5 a.m.
Nope.
Imagine that ties into the movie.
That'd be great.
Yeah, he's hiding out in the Toys R Us. All of a sudden, there's these rules that he has to abide, and it turns into this weird fucking jump scare sci-fi thriller. It's like, this wasn't in real. It's like, yeah, we took some liberties. We went based on marketing research, and this is the direction we decided to go in. But yes, Tron Ares and Roofman in theaters right now. Over on Netflix, like I said, Alice in Borderlands season 3 came out a few weeks ago. I do have to go watch that. Is It Cake? The Halloween edition.
I love that show. It's so stupid. But me and the kids watch it, and we're just like, okay, now we're trying to see if there's cake. It's fun.
I mean, it is stupid, but those cooking shows do so well for Netflix. I've seen other platforms try to do cooking stuff, and unless it's already a big show like MasterChef or something, those knockoff kind of things don't do well. But the Great British Bake Off is huge over in Europe, but on Netflix, it's gangbusters here in the United States. So if it's tied into something like that, it does well on Netflix, but not on the other platforms. Christmas, Bloody Christmas. It's a robot Santa murder movie. I still need to see that other one with what's his name from Thunderbolts and Stranger Things, where he's playing the Violent Santa Claus.
It was Violent Night.
Violent Night.
They're making a sequel to that. I'm very excited about that because that first movie was surprisingly fun.
All right, I'm going to add that.
I think you'd like that one.
I thought I would, and I kept forgetting to watch it.
No, it's pretty
my
good. My only complaint with that first movie is that they kind of hint at his history as like a Viking,
Mm-hmm.
and they never really pay off with that. So I'm hoping the second one is a lot more flashbacks, and you get to see.
Maybe, yeah, the second one, he channels the spirits of Valhalla.
Oh, so fucking cool.
Viking ghosts coming in, kicking ass during Christmas time. Over on HBO Max, the conclusion to Peacemaker Season 2 is happening as we speak. Over on Peacock, How to Train Your Dragon, the live action version.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be available.
Good. It was good.
This I'm actually excited about because this comes
too.
out Saturday.
Yeah, this weekend.
The John Candy documentary, I Like Me, which Ryan Reynolds has been touring around parts of the United States, celebrity guests showing up for Q&As after the movie. Most of them have ties or worked with John Candy in some way, shape, or form. Others are like celebrity friends of Ryan that come out there. I know the one in Brooklyn they just had the other night, Hugh Jackman was there. So
cool.
People got that surprise. Yeah, so I want to see that. Over on Paramount Plus, Ozzy, No Escape from Now documentary.
Mm-hmm.
And out on video on demand, Freakier Friday and The Conjuring Last Rites. I want to watch that, but I realized I have not watched anything since the first Conjuring. And I know there's other Conjurings. There's The Nun. There's Annabelle. I'm going to have to go down that wormhole and watch everything.
Yeah, there's a whole universe of like 9 or 10
Do they all
movies.
tie together, or are they just remote, like that?
They're
related?
all related in a way. Like, I don't know how much, I haven't seen The Nun. So like, I don't know how much The Nun or those movies tie in to The Conjuring, but I know The Conjuring and Annabelle are closely related. The last one I saw was the last Conjuring movie. It was like The Devil Made Me Do It. And that was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So yes, I definitely want to see this one. I heard it wasn't great, but it made a lot of money because they always do. They don't get made for a lot. And then, whatever.
Good, because it's got to be better than the Paranormal Activity franchise where that fucking fell off.
That went weird, yeah.
And Insidious, which I did enjoy up until a point. I thought the
last one, Red Door or whatever, was bad.
Yeah,
I didn't like that.
I thought it fell flat, and it was like they just didn't know what to do at that point to end it. So that's everything there. Coming out next week in theaters, Good Fortune, the Keanu Reeves. That's the Angel movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where he's like the low-level angel.
He directs it, yeah.
Yeah. With Seth Rogen also starring in there. But nothing really else until the end of the month, at least that we are aware of. That's it. All right, Jordan, we need to move over to you for the news.
Big week in music. Taylor Swift released the Life of a Showgirl album as we were wrapping up the show last week. It's on track to get near about 500 million streams in the US, 460 million on-demand official streams in the United States since the album's release on October 3rd. The Life of a Showgirl already has 2025 second largest streaming week for an album, second only to the debut of Morgan Wallen's 37th song, I'm the Problem, which bowed at 462.63 million tracks for it back in May. It's already among the top 10 of all-time biggest streaming weeks for the album. Swift herself has the largest streaming week ever for an album when the Tortured Poets Department claimed 891.37 million streams in its opening week in 2024. There are multiple versions of the album on streaming services. Standard 12-song by track commentary edition that includes 12 song plus commentary tracks. Track by track commentary edition that has Swift's commentary and lyric videos for each of the songs. This is where it gets really, really murky and weird. There's currently 32 different versions of Life of a Showgirl powering its first week sales, 27 physical iterations, 18 CDs, 8 vinyl LPs, and 1 cassette, by the way, and 5 download variants. This is pissing a lot of people off.
Yes. Now, this isn't anything new to what she's done. She's always come out with, she's always been great at marketing, and the people around her have found every way possible to lure in her fan base and suck them dry financially. Be it just merch drops, be it here's the album, Oh, that's great. Well, we're releasing a special orange disc version of the album, but you can only get, I'm not saying this is, but an example, but you can only get this one at Target. But if you want the clear crystal version, you have to go to Best Buy to get that version. Or if you want, like, she does that kind of stuff. Then she puts out the old fashioned CD singles. Where remember back in the day, in the long ago, if an artist put out the CD single, you would get maybe an acoustic version, a long form version. Like, this is the radio edit version. Here's the album version. Here's a remix. I remember the band Oleander. They had that one song,
Oleander.
Why I'm Here. They had the rock version, and then they had the orchestral version, where they had an orchestra playing with them. And I liked but it was on the single there.
Yep.
You got some diversity into why you were buying the single, the maxi single, it used to be called. And it made, it's like, all right, that thing's $8, $10, but yeah, look at that. Plus the instrumental. Sometimes they had the instrumental, and that was fun to have too. Now she puts these singles out there, but I noticed when they're showing the artwork, it looks like, and I said this on Garrett and Steve, remember back in the 2000s before cam girls were a thing, you had the tripod or the GeoCity sites of the girls who would sell their non-nude photo sets. And it would, like, you'd see a couple of photos, and if you paid the money, then you'd see the whole thing. And it was just a version of, like, they'd be sitting here in that outfit, then they'd be sitting that way in that outfit. It was just all those.
It was variants of the same shit that you had already gotten.
It was going to get a full photo shoot instead of whittling it down to just the ones that really pop, the ones that really stand out, and selling that set. You got everything, including the ones they didn't need to keep. Like, oh, look, the white background isn't fully in the background. You get to see some of the cement floor over there. Like, those photos were there, right?
Yeah.
That's what the inserts on her CDs look like. It's the same shoot, but from, like, this photo's up close, this photo's from the back, this photo's from over here. It really is a way to gouge the audience.
Yeah,
with all of these things here.
People are basically criticizing her for doing this for several years now, with the constant stream of limited edition vinyls and an apparent attempt to inflate sales and ensure chart dominance. In addition to each vinyl being different color and having its own unique album artwork, they're only available to buy for a limited amount of time, creating a sense of urgency and exclusivity.
Now, I pulled an ad from them because she had one thing that was for a version of the title track is what, Life of a Showgirl?
I think that's her ending track. I don't remember what her title is.
No, but I'm saying the name of the album is
Life of a Showgirl, yes.
The title track is Life of a Showgirl is also, the name of the song. There was a version that they put out on her social media and stuff that was only going to be available for 24 hours. Now, this is the single of the song, not the album. Unless you bought it digitally through iTunes and whatever, you could buy the album and then get all these bonus tracks for 24 hours. And then it was being pulled. All right. Now, there's other singles that they were doing this too for different time periods, but I pulled this because they made an ad. They're showing you what you're getting if you buy this album, again, the digital copy, within 24 hours. What they're showing you is she would make voice notes in her phone. It's like her going through the process of creating the song. She'll sing a lyric that she had in her head, and then she's like, da 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 da, chorus, 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 and then go back into another song. Those notes are the bonus tracks that you're paying for. Check this out. I'd be enraged if I was a fan of somebody and they were trying to sell this to me. Look at this.
Be to find all of those blues. It's less hooky, but then we go back to the chorus chords. Da, 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 da. You can call me anything you want, you want.
Who wants that? Like, who's sitting there going, you know what I want to put on the radio right now? Taylor hubbing into her fucking phone.
Right. So all right. So you get Life of a Showgirl. Deluxe Life is a song acoustic version. Okay. It says 2 new songwriting voice memos for this year featuring, I guess these are songs: Honey, Canceled, Opalite, and Ruin the Friendship. Now, these are the versions. Original songwriting voice memos. This one is Life is a Song acoustic version. And then Ruin the Friendship, my advice version. I don't even know what that means. So again, like if you had the acoustic version, you're sold the single, You have the studio version and the acoustic version. That kind of makes it worth it because it's a different, same artist, a different way of that they're performing the song. If you're that big a fan, I could say that makes sense. When you're getting voice notes of you just sitting there mumbling whatever, it's like, oh, this was the first thought I had about the song, and you're putting that out as a buyable track.
That's ridiculous.
That's just like let's sell everything that we have.
Now, I know other bands like Metallica, one of my favorite bands, they had their, demos, and they put out stuff that you could hear demos of them recording and things like that. But it's not to this level. It's not like, okay, and then I'm going to go, yeah,
chorus,
$20
like that. Those demo versions make sense if you have a long established career and you put them on a box set. Remember that box set that came out in the 90s for the Beatles? Had 2 songs that were never finished because John Lennon died, but they had his voice tracks. So the Beatles went in and finished those 2 songs. Free as a Bird and Real Love, I believe, were the 2 songs. And then they had demo versions of other popular songs that they did as they were performing like in a studio or practicing or whatever. The Beatles in a giant box set with some new stuff, that makes sense. A Metallica box set is like, here's some of the things, here's a garage session of us doing Master of Puppets back in the day.
Days Inc. and all that stuff.
Makes sense at that point. When you put out a brand new album that nobody's heard and go, hey, here's my, here's me just,
here's my process.
Around. Yeah. You're scraping the bottom of the barrel as the main release for your stuff, right? Now this, you had 24 hours to go and buy it digitally, and then they turned it off. I went back and on the Facebook thing, it said it was done at 1:59 p.m. Eastern, which is a weird time to do it for the cutoff. I went back there a little after 2:00 today, and it's gone. You can't get it. They shut that part off, which, okay, fine. Now look at this. This was the next one here that popped up immediately after this. Available for 6.5 hours. So now it's even more special than the 24-hour release. The Life of a Showgirl Deluxe So Punk on the Internet version. What
is that so fucking supposed to mean? Like,
I don't know. 7 songwriting voice memos, including Eldest Daughter. I can't read the bottom thing here. Let me try to zoom it in a little. No, it's not letting me zoom in anymore. Original songwriting voice. Yeah, I think that's what it says there. Original voice memos there.
Hold on.
Available on this date at 11:20 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So you had 6.5 hours to get this with more voice memos or whatever. But not to be outdone by that, a 10-hour release, The Life of a Showgirl Deluxe So Glamorous Cabaret version, 2 songwriting voice memos, featuring all these other songs here that have the songwriting voice memos.
Would Ruin the Friendship, Elizabeth
her track,
Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor, the So Glamorous Cabaret version, Elizabeth Taylor original songwriting voice memo. Like, you're releasing the same thing.
Grift on this is so real.
And it's not like
even
this was,
funny.
It's not like this was spread out over the course of a year or the course, like, 'cause she does long tours. Say this was over the course of a tour.
This is a weekend, 7 days.
It's not even a week. Friday it came out. It's been announced for over a month or so. Friday it came out. We're at the time we're doing the show Thursday. These things started Monday with all of this stuff. And this was just yesterday. Like, if it was over a year, the course of a year, you were doing these surprise leaks and stuff because she's trained an audience to be so chomping at the bit for anything Taylor. She does a hide and seek. She's doing escape the room puzzles right now. Did you see about the orange doors around the world?
I don't know. That's so stupid.
She had orange doors that showed up overnight in certain cities. And these doors are in a park and they have like velvet ropes around them. You can't get near the door, but on the door has QR codes. And the QR code links you to a privately listed video on her YouTube channel. And on the YouTube channel, you're watching this video and it's an AI generated scene inside like a cabin or a house or something. And you see like a giant letter on the wall for something, or what is this thing missing, or it zooms in on a book title. Hey, there's a letter missing from that title there. That must mean something. So there's like 6 doors around the world. The QR codes get out. People are watching the videos. They're trying to piece everything together. Now, I talked with somebody I know who was following this stuff, and he was doing it for a work thing because he's also in radio. And he's like, I can't believe I'm sitting here going through this. I said, I haven't even found the QR codes. Tell me what you found. And he's showing me the stuff, right? So we're piecing it together. I don't know if this is true, but here's the 2 things that I think are happening. One, the way this is all spelled out, she said she's not doing tours anymore. She, that Ares tour went for what, 2.5 years or something?
It was long.
2 years?
Yeah, it was like 2 years.
She's not doing tours anytime soon. She goes, I don't know when the next time I'll do a tour is. She's not doing a tour next year. The way this is looking, I think she's going to announce a residency at the Sphere in Vegas, which makes sense. Because
maybe.
That's a massive venue. People will fly in from all over the world to see that, and to see her with that big screen and everything, her fans will spend thousands and thousands of dollars to go see that.
Sure.
Number 2, we talked about this a month ago when we were talking about, we were goofing about how Travis Kelce will be a multi-millionaire when he's done playing football and still be viewed as a deadbeat husband draining his wife's fortune. Right?
He's the deadbeat in this relationship.
Multiple times Super Bowl champion.
He can buy me out.
Right? Has a successful food line, has a successful podcast. He could do whatever the fuck he wants. But because he's married to one of the biggest billionaire attractions in the world, he'll be viewed as the deadbeat that's sitting at home, not working, mooching off her fortune, which is hilarious, right? Because he's going to have 9 figures of his own in his bank account, and he's still going to be looked at as like, oh, he's a gold digger, right? Yes, there you go. He's the gold digger, which is a hilarious juxtaposition to be in.
I figured out what the message is. Bagley figured it out.
Is it join the Navy? Oh, drink more Ovaltine. That could be it too. Could either one. No, I think one is she's going to announce a residency at the Sphere for next year, because everyone thought she was going to be the Super Bowl halftime show, and that didn't happen. And up until she did Graham Norton's show on Friday, which is a huge talk show over in England, if you're not aware of it, you never saw anything. You never saw her in public. When she showed up at that football game, they had the black screens. Remember that? So you couldn't see her coming out of the elevator. She did that podcast to announce her album, and everything else she did was from here up. You never saw her stand up. You never did anything. On Graham Norton, she was angled on a couch wearing black and everything. You can't tell. I think she's pregnant. So I know that's been kicking around a little bit now, but I think, those clues mean that she's going to do a residency at the Sphere and that she's pregnant. I don't know. Everything I watch, I'm like, this is like Escape the Room. Taylor trapped me in a Saw kind of situation, and I'm trying to get out of the fucking room before she kills me with all these Taylorisms and clues and stuff there that we're trying to piece together in order to see if I can escape and get to freedom.
Well, here's more of the grift. She was on Graham Norton, and the other day she said, there are different poems on each variant, and no, I'm not going to tell you about that, but the fans figure it out. There's something about the poems that's fun.
Well, here's something else that
so you have to have all of the variants to get all the full poems to figure out all the other fucking escape the room shit.
Well, here's something else that is really strengthening my theory that she's pregnant. They cut something out of the show that wasn't known until a couple days ago.
Oh, I heard about this.
An audience member posted a thing on TikTok, and she said, I was in the audience. Graham Norton interrupted one of the other guests who was asking Taylor a question and said, that's a conversation for off air here. And then did a new segue into something else, which you can't tell if you watch the interview, but there was I guess she's an actress. Her name is
in Tron. She's like Jared Leto's counterpart in the movie until she becomes.
Okay. So she is an actress. Jodie Turner-Smith is her name. And she asked Taylor about having a baby. And Graham jumped on top of that and they cut it out.
Well, I think originally when she asked that, she goes, what about the under 18s? Like, she's talking about having kids. And Taylor took it as not having anyone younger than 18 or the babies or something like that. Having anyone. She
invited Graham Norton to her wedding on the show. Then they said that actress said, well, they were talking about the guests and who would be their family, and he was honored to be asked and stuff. And that actress said, she goes, "Oh, what? No babies?" And Taylor goes, "Oh, no, nobody under 18. It's an adult only wedding." And then Taylor, the actress correcting, she goes, "No, I'm talking about no babies for you or whatever." And that's where Graham jumped in, cut it off. And
which, by the way, fuck you, Taylor. You're about to marry Travis Kelce, whose brother, Jason Kelce, and his wife have, I think, 3 or 4 kids under 15 years old who, from what I can tell, based off of everything, adore you. You're going to be that bitch that says, fuck you, you can't bring your kids?
Mm-hmm.
Go fuck you. Like, she's, the more I hear about her, like, I thought at first, like, oh, we're getting a glimpse into Taylor Swift that most people don't see. She's kind of being more personable. And the more that comes out about her, she's kind of a cunt. You know what I mean? Like who's the guy that's the lead singer of the 1975? Oh, I don't remember.
Matty Healy. His mom was on something with not Andy Taylor. That's fucking Mayberry. Andy Cohen.
Yeah.
There was something she was on there, and they brought up something about Taylor, and because this lady was going to be her mother-in-law. At one point, she was engaged to Matt Healy, and she said that she's just grateful that she doesn't have to tiptoe around this moody bitch or something like that anymore. Like, she didn't say the name, but she was insinuating that Taylor was unbearable while she was engaged to her son and everything. And she essentially said she dodged a bullet, and she's just glad that he's with whoever the other girl is that she mentioned everything, but she was not happy with Taylor at all. And that seems to bleed through the cracks. As much as they try to make her squeaky clean, you still find these little instances of people saying, I can't fucking deal with her.
I mean, it's starting, like, you're not going to get the younger brainwashed crowd to kind of go against her, but some of these older people are starting to, like, see through this. Like, one person tweeted, "I feel comfortable saying that this is one of the most fucking disgusting and anti-art practices any artist could make, and it's terrible that the one doing it is one of the most popular artists in the world. It's utter greediness. It's just shameful. It shouldn't be acceptable." Right. And another person said, after hearing the music, said, "Fuck, and I have 5 copies of this shit coming in the mail." Like, people are upset that they bought into this. I listened to about half this album. I wanted to be able to talk about it on the show, and I gotta say, it ain't good.
Right.
It ain't good at all. So
Giddles is saying, my coworker is from her hometown and said she's awful. She's from Wyoming, Pennsylvania?
Yeah, she's from that area.
Yeah. I love it when towns have state names or country names, and it's like Paris, Texas. All right, big time. Saved by the Bell reference, by the way, if you don't know about that. So all in all, look, she's great at marketing. She's good at these puzzles. These females chomp at the bit for everything that she's doing. Yeah. She's obviously going to be a success unless she really does something publicly terrible.
Who cares? She's got enough money. She's
too big to fail at this point.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean she can't, but it's very improbable that will happen. This album thing is way too much too soon. And this could look, we've been talking a lot lately in the last few weeks about companies that were drastically increasing their pricing and not giving a shit about the consumer. And it's starting to show that those companies are making decisions that people aren't happy with. Live Nation, WWE, Xbox, Disney, the list goes on. Yeah. Give it some time. This Taylor could be added to the list as an entity of the people who are like, oh my God, I can't buy all her shit anymore. This is just becoming too much. Teenage girls don't know anything like that, or even younger girls with some expendable income. They won't think that way.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
older girls,
crowds are gonna
parents, those kind of things are going to go. It's like Christmas is coming up. I can't buy 32 different versions of this thing. That's all my kid wants. It's like, fuck this, enough.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I walked into a Target last night before going to the movie, and they had end caps set up, and they had standees in the middle, and it was just packed full of it. Right. And it everyone was different. I'm like, how does anyone do this?
I don't know. It'd be great if they're all running into Target like they did with the Stanley Cups.
Yeah, just
and all these
trampling each
women
other.
and you know housefrows are just beating each other up to try to get the special edition Taylor albums.
Well, she was selling CDs on her website, limited edition. It was just the regular CD, but she had signed a few of the inserts, and those sold out very fast. And I don't know. It's the big grift. The album sucks. Like, it's not good. Like, I'm not into Taylor's music. Some of it's fine. None of this stuff sounds good to me. Like, it feels like it's not produced right. It sounds slow. It's not giving the same feeling like all the marketing is supposed to let. Ooh, it's Life of a Showgirl, and every song is fucking boring as shit. She thinks she's edgy. She's talking about fucking Travis Kelce's dick. Who fucking cares? Get over it. Like, this is not a good album. Everyone gets their bad album. This is yours. Move on.
Move on. All right. What else do we have?
Fortnite. We talked about last week that they pulled the Peacemaker emote. Well, they put it back. So they've got the Peaceful Hips emote back to Fortnite, which was part of the collaboration with DC.
I have
Peacemaker.
the update.
They did a slight adjustment to remove any potential controversial move that seemingly resembled a swastika. So let's go ahead and see that new version.
Here it is.
See what it looks like.
No, we don't need the music. But you see up top on the screen there where he does the what do they call it? The Nazi flap.
Yeah. The new version.
Sorry, at the bottom. At the bottom is the Nazi flap, but the new version, he just
kind of does the muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of like flexes.
Like he's doing the Popeye thing.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Who cares?
I don't.
I still think James Gunn knew what he was doing.
That's what I was going to say. I think he was trying to play, shoot a quick one past them, purposely didn't tell them what it was. Because when Fortnite pulled it down, and rightfully so, I'm not even blaming Fortnite for this, but they're saying we had no idea. Like nothing was expressed to us, and that episode came out. They went, "Holy shit, take that down!" That night,
this may be a thing,
right? It was deactivated from there. It showed that that it was a thing, but you could not activate it. You couldn't use it, what have you. So they went immediately to Warner Brothers in DC and what the hell is this? And they were like, no, that's not what it is at all. It's just being interpreted that way. If they brought this back with that new change, it's very minor, but they brought it back in there. That means somebody admitted that, okay, it does look like that. Now, I know
there's enough of a resemblance enough to cause more issues if they kept it.
There's the half and half video that went around where Peacemaker's doing that dance, and then the old 1940s Disney cartoon where Donald Duck is doing the same thing in a Nazi outfit. And you go, that is way too close to being an accident, you know? So for the fact that they put it back, if they believe DC said that was not the case, we did not even, it just happened to be a coincidence. They either would have said, well, we're still not putting it back, or they would have put it back to the original version that it was. The fact that there's a change means somewhere behind the scenes, somebody had to admit, or, take a kick in the dick, if you will, and say, all right, fine. We understand, that maybe they're paying a penalty behind the scenes that's not public. Who knows? But I do believe that James Gunn was trying to sneak one in past them by doing this and go, look, can you believe we got him to do this thing? But it's all about the show and the comic. It's being edgy and being all. That's what I'm more pissed about. That's what I'm more pissed about all this stuff. Meh. But whatever. It is what it is. It's back and the show's over. Go ahead.
So speaking of controversy, last week we talked about Bad Bunny is now doing the halftime Super Bowl show, all that fun stuff. Everyone's mad that, an American's not doing it, not realizing Puerto Rico is part of America.
Yeah.
It's such a non-issue. Well, Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA is set to make an all-American halftime show in protest of Bad Bunny Super Bowl performance.
Out in the parking lot?
Who knows? Because they did a wrestling style funeral for this man here in Arizona, and now the football team can't win a game. So whatever they're going to do is going to be cursed. Turning Point has announced that they'll be hosting its own Super Bowl halftime show in protest of the NFL's official headliner, Bad Bunny. The right-wing organization, which was founded by the late Charlie Kirk, posted about its All-American, which is hilarious considering he's American, halftime show on social media, writing performers and events, details coming soon. The post links to a survey that allows people to select which music genres they would like to be featured at the big game, including anything in English, Americana, and worship. It also lists hip hop, despite Kirk also advocating for people to stop listening to rap music. This is so stupid. It's dumb. Bring back the Bud Bowl. I want to see Bud Light versus Bud, and that's it. I'm tired of all this stupid shit. There's no reason for this. The man's American. I don't care if you don't want to speak Spanish. Stop making this a political thing. Stop being stupid about it. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Let's all think of something better to do with our lives. Yep. So that's what that is. Non-issue. It's going to fail. Who cares? Speaking of who cares, Drake's lawsuit over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us was thrown out of court today. A judge on Thursday dismissed the case in which the Canadian rapper was suing his label group and the world top music streamer over the 2024 diss track that top charts around the world and won 5 Grammys, including Song of the Year, Record of the Year. U.S. District Court in the Southern District of New York ruled Thursday that Lamar's song, which accuses Drake of pedophilia and calls out the Toronto native's personal relationship, is, quote, opinion and doesn't reach the threshold of defamatory. She also called some of Drake's case logically incoherent. Probably it's because he's Canadian. The fact that he's recording,
I think he has one of those backwoods
he was in a wheelchair
accents.
when he did it. He was just coming in like in Degrassi.
He's talking like what's the Rick Moranis movie? Strange Brew.
Strange Brew. Right.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
He's totally defamatory, eh?
Totally.
The fact that the recording was made in the midst of a rap battle is essential to assessing its impact on a reasonable listener, Vargas wrote in her opinion. Even apparent statements of fact may assume the character of statements of opinion, which made in a public debate, heated labor dispute, or other circumstances in which an audience may anticipate the use of epithet, fiery rhetoric, or hyperbole. Basically, guess what? It's a diss track. It's not fucking news. It's not truth. It's not whatever.
Who cares about Drake?
Well, no one. And apparently the courts don't care about him either.
Nobody cares about it. I mean, not that I cared much about him from Degrassi or his career or any of that stuff. But after last year's Super Bowl, like there's no reason for anyone to give a shit about Drake at all. Right. Jared in the chat saying Bad Bunny is the second biggest Spotify streamed artist, second only to Taylor Swift.
Sure.
Who cares?
I don't care.
Look,
the only reason I think that was a bad choice to take on that job as the halftime performer is that he just come out saying, I'm not going to do any shows in the mainland US to protect my listeners, which is incredibly fine. Right. Do that. I understand you have a large Spanish population that will go to your shows. If you're afraid that in the current climate, ICE is going to target your shows as a place to pick up anybody that may or may not be illegal, that is completely fine. But then to say, I'm also going to take a paycheck and go perform on the biggest stage in the world during the Super Bowl, I just feel like that's kind of shitty. But I don't care.
Our pal Noodles in the chat saying only 12-year-old girls care about Drake. Wait, what? No, I don't even think at this point now, like there's anybody that can honestly say they give a shit about what this guy says, does, or whatever. Just like Kanye. Like you're watching it for the spectacle, not for any remote trace of being a fan of the artistry that person had. The other thing with the halftime show is they took over where MTV left off. Apple Music runs that thing now, right? So that's a separate entity that works in conjunction with the NFL for this thing. You got to think this, like, I don't know much about Bad Bunny. They used him a lot in the last year or so with WWE, like when they had that pay-per-view in Puerto Rico and he came out and the place went fucking ape shit. They used him in a couple matches and he was actually pretty decent. Like he didn't just look like a celebrity was in there, you know, tagging in so somebody else so they could do all the work and he just stands there and takes the credit. His music's okay. It's not for me. I'm not saying I'm not a fan, but I'm not the audience for him. But think about the fact that they're trying to expand the NFL outside of the United States. Now, I know he's Puerto Rico, but some people have to be told that Puerto Rico is part of the United States. But he's big in Hispanic communities all around the world. So if you want to try to get more stuff, look, they're playing in Brazil, they're playing in London, they're playing in
Ireland,
they're doing
Germany.
one in Paris soon, right?
Ireland, Germany. France? I don't think they're going to do one. If they are going to do one in France, I don't know about it. It's definitely Ireland. Germany is every year. Right. They do Brazil now. They've done. But
they're expanding outside of North America. They're trying to get it to be a more global event for it. So if you have a chance to get some artists on your Super Bowl halftime thing that might bring a Spanish audience in there who normally wouldn't watch football, Okay, then why not? I mean, the same thing could have been said about Taylor. You know, her audience is coming in, and not the way that the football fans wanted it, but hopefully her audience will, or at least a fraction of her audience translates to football fans, is beneficial to them. Same thing with Bad Bunny. I'm not a fan of the guy, but I don't care enough to be outraged about this. Oh, he doesn't like what's going on with the current administration. A lot of people don't. A lot of people do. It doesn't matter. Not everything has to be political. Let the guy perform. He'll bring in millions of eyes, millions of dollars for this whole thing, and that's it. You're worrying about the halftime entertainment. Who cares?
Yeah, I completely recognize that Puerto Rico is part of the United States, but I'll be deep in the cold ground before I recognize Missouri.
Who cares? Who cares?
Seriously,
it's not going to ruin. Look, the only way you're affected by the game is if your team doesn't get in.
Yeah, which is going to be a lot of you.
And the second
and at
stage
this point, the way my team's playing, it's going to be a lot of me as well.
The way your team's playing, they're going to leave the state too, just like your hockey team did.
Fucking Missouri.
But the second tier is your betting. That's what you need to be upset about, how the refs calls are happening, how people are playing, how it's affecting your betting on the game. That's where you should be upset about that. Outside of those two things, the rest is just, hey, it's like the Oscars. It's like the Grammys. It's just a glorified pageantry of sports that the world is paying attention to this one game right now. Enjoy. It's not even the commercials anymore when people used to watch for the commercials.
They're
all on
online.
YouTube before the commercials even happen, before the game even happens. Go drink, eat, have good food, hang out with friends, and shoot the shit for the day, and that's it. Who cares that Bad Bunny is playing?
Yeah. So there's that.
And the fact they want Lee Greenwood. The guy's 80-something.
Because I'm brown. What other song other than that song has he sung?
None. He has
Exactly.
none. Probably
No
cover
one knows.
songs or something he plays.
All Bad Bunny.
But at least get a
But in
current.
English.
Do you think any artist, even if they were conservative, is going to want to do a competing performance against the halftime show?
There will be. You're gonna get the Lee Greenwood. You're gonna get some
Right.
country artists. You're gonna get.
It's literally zero impact on anything. Jared's saying.
Yeah, 100%. Because no one's gonna watch it. No one's gonna watch it. You're gonna watch Puppy Bowl. We're gonna watch, like I said, bring the Bud Bowl back, and then we'll be fine. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, speed
All
of
right.
things that I didn't think we're gonna get a sequel. Minecraft 2 is in the works. It's gonna be released July of 2027. It's currently in the works, scheduled to premiere in July 23rd, 2027. The studio announced today. Fallout film will arrive 2 years after the first Minecraft released in April. Based on the popular game, it made $162 million domestically, $312 million globally. I'm hoping they can not do the chicken jockey bullshit. It was the second highest grossing Hollywood film in 2025 following.
They'll do
Disney
something
Lilo and
because
Stitch.
they'll see the formula. Because is it the same company that makes? Is it Universal that makes the Super Mario Brothers movie?
I believe it's
'Cause
Universal.
He
Yeah,
did the
And-
Peaches song, and then they're like, "Oh, he's Jack Black can do music and obviously write and perform and all of that stuff." So they're like, "Oh, let's do something like the Peaches song, but do it for
Warner Brothers.
for Minecraft."
Yeah.
And they're like, well, it obviously works. That's the formula. He has to have another goofy song that'll be catchy into the second one.
Yeah.
So
We'll see.
okay.
Hulu is officially shutting down after 20 years. I can't believe it's been 20 years, to be honest with you, but then time doesn't seem to matter, especially when you send me that Less Than Jake shit. I'm just like, oh, fuck it. Everything's old. Hulu brand is dissolving and will no longer be part of the standalone service or an app many users are used to. Instead, the brand is essentially being absorbed into Disney Plus and will be offered only in the Disney Plus app.
Do you know about the other version of Hulu that's outside the United States?
That is
Called Star.
Star, yes.
Yeah. So I guess it's weird. They don't have licensing issues for the products that they're putting out, the shows, the movies, whatever. They had licensing issues for the Hulu name.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was they hid behind that because Hulu was a Fox creation. Well, it was a hybrid of ABC, CBS, Fox.
I think NBC at one
NBC.
point
They
was
were
part of
all
it.
bought into this thing before they started to.
They all did
go
this
out
in
on their
response to
own.
Netflix being as big as it was.
Correct.
So they're like,
So
we
they
have
all had
to
a percentage in
conglomerate.
it. Then when Disney got Fox, they owned the majority of Hulu, and then CBS bailed out after NBC's thing was done, and then they absorbed this. So Fox is not, Hulu is not their original property. So that has to be changed. And it's not a name like 20th Century Fox Studios has been around for over 100 years, that they just changed it to 20th Century Studios because it's too recognizable, too much of a history. They can't Disneyfy it. Hulu means nothing to anybody. And the Star version was just their international offshoot for it. Even that's going away. So you don't have the Star, you don't have Hulu. It's all just going to be, everything's under Disney Plus. Kind of what they do right now. If you go to the main page, there's tabs at the bottom. So you have Disney, you have National Geographic, you have their movie stuff, you have Hulu, you have
ESPN,
the 20th
ESPN
Century.
Plus.
Yes. So that's all it's going to be. It's like main page, tabs, click the tab, and then you find everything else under like an umbrella format.
Yeah, and they're gonna change the interface over the next couple weeks and months. They're not, the full integration is not going to happen until probably next year. But yeah, they're going to change the For You, the Disney Plus, Hulu, just depending on what your subscriber level is, and it's just all going to be in one spot. I haven't used the Hulu standalone app since they integrated Hulu into Disney Plus, so it hasn't been necessary.
No, I still use the Hulu stuff to watch things that I don't watch on TV anymore because it shows up there.
Right.
I hope they also, if the Hulu thing goes away, I hope the other thing goes away where they have certain shows and movies on their system, but you can't watch it unless you have the Hulu Live TV feature for it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've seen that.
So it's like you can't watch these movies because you don't have Stars through Hulu, or you don't have this through Hulu, Showtime through Hulu, or whatever. It's like, stop. Just get. What am I paying all this money for? That you keep having all these tiers.
Amazon Prime has gotten that way, where it's like, oh, I'm on the Amazon Prime app, but then this is locked because it's part of Amazon Prime, but you have to have Stars, or you have to have Showtime, or you have to have AMC Plus subscription through Amazon to be able to watch it. And half the time they're showing me so many things that I want to watch that's all locked. And like, get rid of what's I can't access. If I don't have a subscription, don't even put it on the page. And then, give me a subscriber deal every now and then, but don't list everything. I know it's to entice me to want to subscribe, but it's just cluttering it up everything.
This is funny. Noodle's saying it's Hulu in Japan. Jared is saying Disney is buying Fubo too, so it will be there. What is Fubo?
It's like one of those streaming apps where you can do live TV, live sports. I got a subscription, like a trial subscription once to watch like the Super Bowl. Because everything was all behind locked and stuff like that. It's another way of familiar
with that one. All right,
don't be. It's just going to be under Disney anyway. Speaking of Disney, Disneyland guest. This is sad, but this is something to talk about. Guest dies after the Haunted Mansion ride. So basically, this woman in her 60s experienced a health issue and died on Monday after riding the Haunted Mansion attraction at Disneyland. According to the Anaheim Police Department, the woman was unresponsive immediately after exiting the ride, which she didn't exit. She was dead. She was
no. The old adage, nobody dies at Disney.
Yeah, well, they also let her go around a few times before they finally got her corpse off of there.
It's like, look, this is perfect. It's in that ride. We let her go around. It looks like it's part of the aesthetic of the ride. So
what I'm saying.
Take your time. We don't need to cause a panic here. Just throw some glitter paint on her so she glows under the black lights, and we'll just say it's part of the ride. Then we'll take her out the back.
She's not a grinning ghost.
I saw some of the footage where they're wheeling her out and stuff.
Yeah,
they had the mask. They had the machine going, kind of thing. They put on it's been forever. They put on the performance that they're trying to resuscitate the person and what have you to get her out of the park. And then once they're out of the park, either on the way or at the hospital, they're declared dead because nobody is to die at Disney. The only thing they couldn't prevent was that kid who got eaten by the alligator at that pond at one of the properties on site.
Yeah.
So that kid died at Disney, but everybody else, doesn't matter how gruesome, they could be beheaded on Space Mountain because you stood up, and they'll just tape it back on and makeshift with a blanket on. It's like he's not dead yet, not until he's outside those doors.
Yeah. So according to
not
police,
until he's in the Goofy lot is he dead.
No, that's still property. You can't do that. Disneyland security provided CPR until paramedics arrived and transported to a local hospital where she was later pronounced deceased. Like you said, a cause of death has not yet been revealed. There's no indication of any operating issue with the attraction, which reopened soon after. It's the second theme park ride tragedy to happen in the last 2 weeks, as Universal's Orlando Resort planned to reopen its Stardust Racers ride at Epic Universe more than 2 weeks after a 32-year-old man died of blunt force injuries after going on the high-speed roller coaster. I think the best thing is that this woman, before passing away, got into the theme parks cheaper, because as of today, Disney hiked the theme park ticket prices across the board. Everything is almost doubled, $200 in the past decade. So they've raised prices like everything else, because we can't have anything fun for a good price. So,
I still have family members. We've talked about this time to time, but I still have family members that keep pushing. It's like, when are you taking the kid to Disney? And I kept saying at first, I was like, I don't think she's old enough yet to make it worth going.
Right.
Oh no, she knows some of the characters. I'm like, but she won't remember this.
She won't like the ride.
And that's the thing I'm trying to put on to some of these people, where they're like, no, she'll remember it. She'll love to see all the princesses and dress up and get the autograph, as kids do.
Sure.
And I go, right. But most of the Disney characters, she doesn't know, because I can't get her to sit down and watch the movies. Either she has no patience, or there's that Disney formula where something dark and terrible is happening in the movie that scares her too much. I had a problem having her watch Wreck-It Ralph, which I thought would have been perfectly fine.
Light and shiny, and yeah.
But I forgot about the scene where he's in the Call of Duty to get the medal.
I like that one, yeah.
And she started losing. And she's like, I don't like this. I even skipped ahead to the Vanellope thing. And I'm like, here's her. And then the girls came over and destroyed her car, and she got upset with that. And I'm like, there's nothing in these things I can watch. She can handle right now.
My son, when we first took him to Disneyland, he had a terrible time. He would cry. He was crying on Dumbo. He didn't want to do anything. The only ride I ever got him to enjoy was like a slow train ride. And even then, I had my phone out, having him watch videos as we're on this ride to get him to be that cool about it. There is an age limit where I think it's just pointless to bring them.
Right.
So I think you're right to wait and wait to a point where she can enjoy it and you can actually get your money's worth at this point.
Tom from Alberta saying, I took my boys when they were 3. Now at 16, they have no memories of it. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Like, I understand if she's a little bit older, her memories might be a little fuzzy, but you'll have photos and videos to jog the memory.
Photos, yeah.
So they'll at least remember being there, right? The kid is not even 5. And walking around is a lot for a young person. I mean, all the old people and all the fat people are on coasters and rides and the scooters, sorry, and all that shit going around there. And they're adults and they're having a hard time. This little kid will run around, burn out all that energy really fast. And then I'm stuck carrying the kid through the park the majority of the time, which is no fun for me. But all these older family members are pushing that. Oh no, the perfect time. I'm like, okay, it's also super expensive now. Send me a check and I'll book a trip. What? Kick in a couple $1,000s. Well, it's not that expensive. Really? Because it's at least going to be 10 grand to go down there.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're like, well, you could stay off site. No, not with a kid like that. And then trying to commute over to Disney for a property off site that's not affiliated with them. Not doing that.
Just think about it. Over the last decade, 10 years, 126% spike in ticket prices.
Yeah.
126%. Like, that's not a little bit of money.
And the place I like to stay, I will not be inconvenienced. I liked where I stay at that one place because it's easy to get into some of the parks from there. And I get a suite. I get all of this stuff there. If you're going to go Disney, you don't half-ass it, right?
No.
Because it's very rare that you're there to begin with. I like to go down the time where the Epcot Food and Wine Festival is happening along with the Disney Halloween stuff. And then you could take a day where I skip over at night. I go over to Universal for Halloween Horror Night. So I'm getting everything in one trip. It's expensive now. I mean, it's been expensive for decades, but it's even more expensive now. And so when I get that conversation happening again, when are you going to plan to... When you pay for it and we all, you want to pay for all of us to go, I will gladly go and do all of this stuff. Well, no, it's like I love when people butt in with the parenting kind of thing. And I know they mean well, but you're talking 5 figures at minimum to go down there to do this. The flights, the hotels, the accommodations, the food plans, the extra pass, that level for the passes in order to book your times on the rides. Then if she wants to go to something else, because there's certain certain characters and stuff that she's obsessed with. So we're going to have to do like the special dinner over in Norway with Elsa and Anna. We're going to have to do an Encanto thing. We're going to have to do this. All of that stuff has to be done because you can't go there and then she sees that and why can't I go there? Why are we here if I can't go to that thing? Pay me the money and I'll gladly do all that. Otherwise, mind your business. I don't see anybody going, again, electronics, sporting tickets, concert tickets, going to Disney, any vacation. I don't see anybody going anywhere anytime soon.
Oh, I'm definitely buying more Nine Inch Nails tickets. I mean, my daughter can't go to college now, but
she couldn't go to college because all the Legos in you there. Now you're working on the on the boys' academic future.
Yeah, no,
being bankrupt.
He'll learn a trade or something. Speaking of Nine Inch Nails, Future Ruins Film Music Festival has been canceled. The ambitious film music festival concert overseen by Nine Inch Nails' Oscar-winning duo of Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross was suddenly canceled last Friday. The event has been scheduled for November 8th. It was supposed to take place in Los Angeles Equestrian Center, which was going to feature film music luminaries like John Carpenter, Questlove, who was going to be performing soundtrack work of Curtis Mayfield, which would have been actually really cool, Danny Elfman, Mark Mothersbaugh, and more. There's no real reason given yet, other than they said logistically it wasn't going to work. They're going to revisit the format and try to relaunch at another time. So that has been canceled, which is good because I was having and I hate the term FOMO, but I was having real FOMO over this because I looked at the tickets when they first went on sale and they were expensive. Like I have a place to stay. I could have stayed in LA, but I could not justify doing that to go see that. But
yeah,
we'll see.
When are you going to hit the threshold where concerts are just not going to be worth the time or the money?
I'm definitely becoming selective in what I go and do because like they just announced the end of the season over here. They have an outdoor arena type place. And because Arizona's dumb and they make that one, outdoors and in the summer only, they're wrapping up their concert series and season. And they just put out a deal where it's like $25 tickets. So 2 for $50. You can go get some lawn seats for a show. And even then I'm like, I don't want to go to this particular show. I'm not going to spend the money. But like I said, I bought Duran Duran tickets. I'm looking into getting more Nine Inch Nails for next year. I know I'm starting to get selective on who I see. And it has to be something like I'm never going to see Duran Duran again. So I'm going to go see them. Nine Inch Nails is one of my favorite bands. I'll go see them again. But, I
get that. I know you love concerts. I know I'm never trying to shit on you or people who enjoy those things. I get it. It's the process getting to the actual event is the big headache. And
it can be.
I can't support people when they're like, oh, I'm going to this thing. It's like, how much money are you spending all this stuff? I'm not pocket watching people. I just want people to realize that you're being fleeced.
I am I'm almost pretty much over the festival type stuff. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to go to another big festival like when we were young because
I thought the festival was the cheapest way to do concerts now. Like I thought
you're never going to see everybody you want to see. It's crowded. You're always going to be shoved in the back. If you want to get close to that band, you're going to have to camp out in that spot all day long and you're missing everything else. The experience is not worth the money. The
festival is more cost effective, but a terrible experience where the concert's way more in the cost, but a better experience.
Correct.
Gotcha. So there is really no balance to this.
Not right now. No. So it's got to be one of those bands that I really just kind of want to see or take my kid. Like I said, I went to this concert this past Tuesday and maybe not my thing, but it was a small, intimate area. The kid had a good time. It was a good experience. It's one of those things that I enjoyed doing. Maybe not my cup of tea. I spent a little too much, but it was fine.
Jordan, this must maybe this runs in the family, but Noodle's saying I'll stop going to concerts when they stop having seating. My old ass ain't standing.
You should have seen we were standing up at Nine Inch Nails, me and Noodles, and we were enjoying it, but then half the time we're just like, okay, if we can sit, we're gonna sit. And we sat our asses down. Like,
Yeah.
it was just like, my back hurts. I don't want to stand this whole time.
There was times at Comic-Con, like we didn't go
yeah.
this year, but we skipped it this year.
Yeah, just
But
started.
there was times
today.
at Comic-Con when there's stuff and like you go in like they want to go to the, I never want to go panels. I panels just sound so incredibly
Some could be
aggravating to
very
me.
boring because you can sit there and watch the same 500 people ask the same 5 questions.
And I'll watch the best clips online. It's again, everything is now the Bill and Ted time game.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I didn't go to the thing. It's like, all right, I want to see that, but maybe they'll put those clips online.
Someone will
And then you
have
go, and there's the clips online. I'm like, wow, I didn't have to go that. I wished it into existence by that happening. Yeah, there was something that was going on at Comic-Con, and people were standing all over. It was a Marvel thing a couple years ago. I sat down. I was right near the floor, like the edge where they had up. I just sat down.
Yeah. I've done
And
that.
one of the people who were watching the screen, he's like, you can't sit down. I go, yeah, I can. No, you can't. You got to stand up. I go, I don't need to stand up in the crowd or outside the perimeter of your area. I'm not blocking the show. I'm not interrupting anything. I'm sitting here. The guy came over to tell me to get up off the floor. I had to stand. And I knew why he was doing it, because it looks terrible in videos and photos if somebody's sitting down watching this thing. I went, okay. He walked
it's
away.
a fire hazard.
I sat right back down, and I didn't give a fuck if I ruined the photos or whatever was going on.
Sometimes I get so frustrated at those panels too, because like
this wasn't a panel. This was on the floor.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This was their exhibit on the floor where they have their portions of the floor. I think it was that Marvel. It was a Marvel app game. They had one of those games where you level up and you buy things and all that shit. I forgot what it was called, but I was sitting there. I think if you see the promotional footage when you start the floor, you'll see me sitting on the floor, not giving a fuck about any of this.
Yeah, we saw Richard Dean Anderson on a panel once, me and my brother.
MacGyver.
And it was great because like no one was talking about MacGyver. They were all talking about Stargate SG-1, show that you and I both love. My brother loves it as well. But the problem is Richard Dean Anderson was at a point where he's like, I don't remember filming half this shit. I filmed 1,000 episodes. I don't remember any of it.
He's at the William Shatner level of his career.
Yeah, he had gained some weight. He just needed the money. He was spent a lot of time taking care of his kids. He didn't need to do this. And people would get up after hearing, I don't remember this particular moment that you remember and you've done. I'm sorry. And then someone would walk up and ask another very specific, well, when you were in this scene with so-and-so and doing this, and he's like, again, I'm so sorry. I felt so bad for him. Yeah. And then I felt annoyed with the audience. Like, you fucking nerds. I understand this is the one thing you want to ask. Read the room. Like, seriously, read the fucking room. And that's why I don't like panels, because I'm tired of the crowd. Like, we get it.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, we're just going to wrap this up with a nice little Jeff Bridges, tie it into Tron Ares. Jeff Bridges was on Jimmy Kimmel. And he was asked to address the crowd and address the world and the people as his character from Big Lebowski. So he goes, puts on a cardigan, grabs a little white Russian, and he goes, hey, world. Yeah, the dude here. Can we just calm the fuck down? I mean, come on, he said on Jimmy Kimmel. I'm talking about all the wars, the fighting, the canceling. I mean, let's just chill out, man. Come on, tone it down. You know, we're all like at a 9. We ought to be at a 0, maybe 0.5 at max. Right, Guillermo? Cuts over to Guillermo. Guillermo's wearing the same sweater, drinking a cocktail. Everyone laughs. He continued again. Yeah, ice. Let's get ice off our streets and into our beverages. This aggression will not stand, right? So let's just abide together. Yeah, we can do this now. Like, that's just my opinion. Good on him. Addressed some world news, did it funny.
Right.
Didn't have to get overly political. But
do you want to say the second part of that?
No.
They panned over and Guillermo is wearing the same outfit and has the beard on him.
No, nice.
And he's talking to like the mini Mexican equivalent of the dude. Yes, I fully agree with him. I have a quick Jeff Bridges story when he was at SiriusXM. He was in between interviews and he was sitting in the celebrity green room that they had, where it's flat screen TVs, video games, couches, mini fridges, all of that stuff. And then the talent department had people to run to get coffee and food and all of that stuff if needed. So he was in there for, I think he had like 40 minutes between interviews. So he's just killing time. And he apparently picked up a marker Oh, not apparently, because I got a photo of it. He picked up a marker, and he's an artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Painting and stuff like that. He drew all over a plain side of the wall, and he drew some kind of
board,
some caricature, and like people were coming by and walking, like, what is he doing? What's going on? And they're looking at him, and he's just drawing, and it looks amazing. And one of the heads of the talent department was like talking to somebody, one of the engineers, talking about getting that plexiglass stuff that they had on the walls that they put over celebrity signatures.
I've seen that. Yeah.
They wanted to get a plexi thing measured out to put over there. The next day, the fucking crotchety president of the company was told about this, walked into that celebrity green room, saw it, and ordered somebody to paint over it. It's like, we can't have that here. The company that are complete star fuckers trying to get every celebrity in there, saw that artwork and said, no, paint over it. Paul McCartney signed a pillar, one of those support pillars at Sirius XM, because he was walking around there, and he just picked up a pen and signed it. He said, I love what you did with the place or something. And it said Paul McCartney on there. I think I have a picture of that too. A couple days later, had somebody come in and paint over the fucking signature over it. Like, you should have that everywhere. If a celebrity's like, hey, can I write on the window? Yes, you can. Here you go. It gives character. You have a story. It looks great. They were constantly, unless it was on dedicated walls, anywhere somebody else signed or did something, they just erased it, painted right over it. I was looking for it, but I did find my photo with the dude right there.
So cool.
When he was on the show. And then there's fucking Edgar in the background there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He's like, that's Todd Bridges.
That's right.
Willis.
You nailed it.
Yeah. I'll look for it. Also with Jimmy Kimmel, and then we'll get out of here. Jimmy Kimmel did a thing for Bloomberg Television. It was a live audience thing. Yes, Bagsley. He's so thirsty. His teeth are dry. Do we have the? I thought you were going to bring the other one up there, but you didn't. That's okay. Where's the other guy? My teeth are dry.
I actually forgot you had them loaded here. I'll be able to do that from now on. So,
well, I don't want to keep doing Edgar because it's fucking damaging on your throat. But very fun. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Jimmy Kimmel. So he did one of these things where it's somebody's interviewing him in front of a live setting. It's like you pay a lot of money. I don't know if it goes to charity or what it goes to, but they had a big live audience. He's on a stage, 1-to-1, chairs facing each other, talking about him, what was going on with his situation, what is he going to do going forward, what have you. And the interviewer brought up the fact about Trump, and he said, now that you've been through this whole thing here, would you ever now consider having Trump on your show? Mm-hmm. Now, I think in most cases, if something like that happened to somebody, they'd probably be absolutely not. Fuck that guy, whatever, right? Kimmel's answer was kind of different. Check this out.
Came back. Have you asked Trump or Carr to come on? I wouldn't necessarily be interested in Brendan Carr on the show. But yeah, I'd love to have Trump on the show for sure. I feel like he knows that he wants, I don't know. All right, I'll ask him.
So, I mean, that was it. And then they moved on, but not that Trump would ever do it.
Right.
But imagine if he did, to have them face to face in that scenario. Again, I don't think Trump would ever do it because the president has got too much face to lose. And if he's going to lose face, he might as well do it on his own. He doesn't need to go on somebody else's show in order to raise them up to make him look stupid, or for him to go on there and obliterate Kimmel. Who knows? Who knows how it would play out? I do think it would be interesting if Trump did take him up on it to go and see.
I don't know.
Or does anyone care anymore about this?
I mean, I was looking at the numbers, and after Kimmel came back, he had a huge spike, like a huge spike of new viewership. It was a whole thing. And then a week later, it dipped drastically. Like it's a non-story again. Like it's over. It's done. Nothing's changing from it. Nothing is going to be a thing. People are already not upset at Disney anymore. No one's boycotting anything. Everyone's probably going to resubscribe to shit. It's the same thing with Colbert. Everyone was pissed off that Colbert was going to get taken off the air. He had a good week of people tuning in to support him. And now he's back down to where he was. Like, no one cares. We're apathetic. Yeah. We have the attention span of a rock around here. Like, no one's going to give a shit. If having
Sorry, I wasn't paying
exactly. What are you, Chinese?
Whoa! What are you?
Eric
jumping
Asian. To? Anyway, so yeah, so I him going on the show would only boost Kimmel's numbers, and Trump is not that type. He's not going to make that happen for Kimmel. So it's just never going to happen. So
I was trying for a last ditch effort, going through my archive, trying to find. I know I have it somewhere, but it's not readily accessible. Looking for the Jeff Bridges art,
right,
that he did on the show. But if I do have it, I'll bring it next week, and we can take a look.
Sounds good to
all
me.
That stuff. Sweetheart of a man. I forgot what I had him. I had him. It's Frank over there. He signed Big Lebowski for me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like what did I have him sign? That would be either that or in your case Tron.
Mm-hmm. That I would have for sure.
Or imagine having him Hell or High Water. But that movie wasn't out yet at the time.
Yeah.
You ever see that? Where he's the sheriff?
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
I like that movie.
Yeah. Hold on.
Chris Pine's in that one.
Yeah. Where's the drop from that? I have it here somewhere about Dr. Pepper.
Tony Stark.
Oh, right. Yeah, that one too.
Yeah, he was in Iron Man.
Oh, here it is. Wait, is it not playing?
No.
Oh, there we go. Patched in.
Are you trying to make me mad? I said Dr. Pepper. This is Mr. Pibb.
That's all I had.
Only assholes drink Mr. Pibb.
Only assholes drink Mr. Pibb.
Yeah. All right. Let's get out of here. We've been on this too long. It's time for the plugs. And as always, Jordan, our nation's eyes turn to you.
You can catch me on X, Instagram, Blue Sky for now, and YouTube at Jinx Ronan, Twitch at Jinx Ronan79. If you want to use your Amazon subscription, you get a free 1-month Twitch subscription to a channel of your choice. Make that choice. It's Erik Nagel. Search us up. Go over there. Get your free month. Redo it every month. Help the show out. Cost you nothing extra, like everything else in this world. And you're helping us out. Thanks.
All right. Thank you. For me, why is it doing this again? There we go. I hate that they updated some of these features.
I know, they messed with something.
Everything needs to be full screen. I said it this way. Whatever. The audience doesn't care. It's too late in the game to complain about anything anymore. For me and the show, it's Erik Nagel across the board on all the social medias. If you're on the iHeartRadio app, do us a kindness. Leave us put our show in the first position on there. We're told it means something to the company. We have not seen the financial value to that yet, but for now we'll do as we're told. If you're on Apple or Spotify, any of those places, do us a kindness, leave us a positive review. It does help out the program. Now that we finally have access to the Spotify creator section, we can see the comments and the reviews you've been leaving, so we appreciate that. Thank you. If you want to join us live each and every week as we do this show, YouTube here and on Twitch, all under It's Erik Nagel. Subscribe to those channels. Like Jordan said, use the Amazon Prime thing to get a free month every month for your Twitch subscription, because they're all part of the same company. And if you can't do any of that stuff and just want to watch the stuff whenever you have time, believe me, we get it. The shows, clips, highlights, all that stuff is on the YouTube channel at It's Erik Nagel. That's it. We covered everything, right?
Shut up.
Shut up. Till the next time, Jordan.
Be excellent to each other.
Wait a minute, it's doing it again. There
Be excellent to each other.
And we'll be seeing you.
It's Erik Nagel.
What are you guys doing here?
Well, we just come here as a gag.
Dress up like we're into this shit and fuck with the nerds.
Alas, we're out of time.
Follow It's Erik Nagel on social media platforms. For ways to watch and listen to the show, or join us for the live shows, head over to itseriknagel.com. Yo, and remember to tell 2 friends so they can tell 2 friends, and they can tell 2 friends, they can tell 2 friends, they can tell 2 friends. You get the idea.
Keep it real, homies.